Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 64th edition of the Classic Wrestling Series, ladies and gentlemen. So, tonight we are going to be watching Survivor Series 1990, but I have an announcement at the end of the video. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to kick things off with the Perfect Team taking on the Warriors. Looking forward to this one. This is the opening contest, and Mr. Perfect is in the opening contest. Let's do this. So we just had the Perfect Team versus the Warriors. Bit of a weird match to kick things off on the opening card. We had Axe, who was pinned by the Warrior. Then Smash, Crush, Animal, and Hawk were all disqualified. Bit of a weird way to do it, but okay. Texas Tornado was pinned by the Mr. Perfect after getting Perfect pledged. And Mr. Perfect loses to Ultimate Warrior. So Ultimate Warrior is the first of the survivors going into the main event. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a question for you. In November 22nd, 1990, when this pay-per-view debuted, was on, who was the WWF Intercontinental Champion? And please, don't use internet. Try and work it out for yourselves, guys. Come on, it's a bit of a trivia question for you. Answer at the end of the video. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Dream Team versus the $1 Million Team. Let's watch this one. So, we just had the Dream Team versus the $1 Million Team in a surprising match. So, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, this is the debut of The Undertaker. It is very weird to see Mark Calloway with the ginger beard and the ginger hair, because I remember him basically having the black hair. So, it's actually weird seeing him as The Undertaker with a ginger beard and ginger hair. It's really weird. Looking like a red herring, to be honest, guys. Coco Beware is the first one to go after being pinned with the Tombstone. Fun fact for you guys. It wasn't actually supposed to be called the Tombstone. Gorilla Monsoon basically messed up on this. He wasn't supposed to say Tombstone. It was going to be announced on a Superstars taping that it was going to be called the Tombstone, but it didn't happen. Honky Tonk Man was next pinned. Jim the Anvil Neidhart was pinned after that. Dusty Rhodes was pinned after that. Taker was counted out after basically stopping Dusty Rhodes beating up his manager at the time, which was Brother Love. And then Brett Valentine gets pinned with a roll-up from Brett. And then Brett gets pinned with a roll-up from the $1 Million Man. So it is the $1 Million Man entering the main event next. So, guys, our next matchup will be the Vipers versus the Visionaries. Let's watch the match. So it's our third Survivor Series match in a row, and we have got quite a surprising match. This is actually the first match in history where one team would pitch a shutout. None of their members would get pinned. Marty was pinned pretty convincingly first. Jimmy Superfly Snuka was pinned next. Shawn, after a very, very good match, a very valiant effort from Shawn. This really proves that Shawn was a very good single star at this point. Would go on to be a great single star, winning the Intercontinental Championship, winning the world title going forward. But yeah, it was a great showing from him. And then Jake gets counted out after basically grabbing Damien and chasing Rick Martel. So all four of the Visionaries will be in the main event. That's actually kind of weird. So guys, we have got the Hulkamaniacs, which is Hulk Hogan, Tugboat, Big Boss Man, and the Jim Duggan taking on Earthquake, Haku, the Barbarian, and Dino Bravo in the next Survivor Series matchup. Let us watch this. So we just had the Hulkamaniacs versus the Natural Disasters, and holy crap, the amount of cheating from Hogan in this match is unbelievable. So, Haku gets pinned by Hogan, which is fair enough. Hacksaw Jim Duggan gets disqualified after hitting John Tenter with the 2x4. Dino Bravo gets rolled up after getting irate by fucking Hogan, which sucks. Big Boss Man then gets pinned by John Tenter. Earthquake and Tugboat then get counted out. And Dino Bravo and Barbarian gets pinned. So Hogan is the sole survivor for his team, obviously. But Irate fucking dragging Earthquake under the bottom rope. Hogan's cheating and he's supposed to be a good guy. It's stupid. I mean, yeah, they're only 2 accounts for it, but it's still cheating, whether you like it or not. So another question for you guys, as well as who was the current WWF champion at this time. John Tenta spent a little bit of time in Japan, but what was he doing at that time? So I will give you both answers at the end of the video, guys. But we will have our next matchup, and then we'll find out about the godly. We'll find out who is in the egg. What could possibly be in the egg? We'll find out. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the next matchup. So, we just had the Alliance versus the Mercenaries. I mean, wow. This wasn't the best match, I think, out of the 4 Survivor Series matchups, the 5 Survivor Series matchups before the grand finale. This was the weakest one of the match card. So we had Boris Sukov pinned first by Santana, Tito, in 48 seconds. I think that's like the fastest pin so far. Then we had Sato, and then Tanaka, Tanaka. Then we had Nikolai Volkov, who gets pinned, then Luke, who gets pinned, then Butch, who gets pinned. And then Sergeant Slaughter basically gets disqualified, and Tito is the sole survivor for his team and goes into the main event. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the history hatches at Survivor Series, which is, as everybody knows, it's the gobbledygooker. And fun fact for you guys, it was actually supposed to be The Undertaker. The Undertaker was supposed to be hatching out of the egg, but thank God he turned into The Undertaker pretty quickly before this happened. So, it's basically, I'll just give you the quick thing now. It's played by Hector Guerrero. Deserves so much better, to be honest with you guys. Hector was a great wrestler. Deserves so much more than this. He goes to the ring and basically just dances with Mean Gene Okerlund. Yeah, it's basically just a gimmicky thing to get ready for the main event. So, guys, we're going to go straight to the main event. It's Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, and Tito Santana taking on the team of the Visionaries. All 4 members of the Visionaries. Give me a sec, I do apologize. Yeah, so it's all 4 members of the Visionaries. The Ted DiBiase. The Visionaries are Hercules, Paul Roma, Rick Martel, and the Warlord. And that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us watch this match, shall we? So, ladies and gentlemen, we just had the match of Survival. And to be honest, it was an okay matchup. I mean, it's basically 5-on-3 with Tito, Hulk Hogan, and Warrior. So, you know who's going to win this one, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. I do want to apologize. I thought the first match was the fastest pin. It's not. Tito pins Warlord in 28 seconds. Warlord in 28 seconds. Fair enough. Then Tito gets pinned by Ted DiBiase. Then Roma gets pinned by Hogan. Whip Martel gets counted out. DiBiase gets pinned by Hogan. And then Hercules gets pinned by the Warrior. And basically your winners and sole survivals, Hogan and Warrior. You never expect, this was literally a foregone conclusion with Hogan being in the, main event and Warrior. You know for a fact these guys are going to win, kind of thing. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so that is Survivor Series 1990. What did I think of it? Bit of a weird card because there's no singles matches on the card. You would think that there would be, but there isn't. So it's a bit weird at some points. But I mean, it's a way to change up the formula, but it was a weird way to change up the formula. Also, to the answers to the questions I had. So the first question I had was, who was the current WWF Intercontinental Champion going into Survivor Series? The answer would be the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich, who beat the Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennings. And my second question was, John Tenta, better known as Earthquake, was in Japan for a while, but what did he do? Well, he was a sumo wrestler and achieved the grand title of Sumo Master. So there is some history for you guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the 64th edition of the Classic Wrestling Series. Next up, guys, we will be jumping... Oh, wait. I said I had an announcement, ladies and gentlemen, and I do. So, ladies and gentlemen, since Mr. Monk decided to pick Survivor Series 1990, and with the Survivor Series coming up in about 9 days' time, I decided, why don't we watch Undertaker's debut, his 10th anniversary at Survivor Series, and his 20th anniversary of Survivor Series. So, next up, ladies and gentlemen, will be Survivor Series 2000. I am looking forward to that one, ladies and gentlemen. So, with that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching this Classic Wrestling Series episode. And as always, stay safe, keep it tight, wash your hands, and please, smile more. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Goodbye.